Alright, so today we're going to be making a flashlight. As you can see in my simulator, I have it pulled up here. This is what we're going to be doing today. So let's take a look here. So the first thing we're going to do here is we're going to create a new project. Alright, we're going to go into a single view app, name it flashlight. And go ahead, you can decheck these and go ahead and hit next. Where should you save it? Either save it to your H drive or your iCloud. I'm going to go ahead and save it to my jump drive. That's another alternative that you guys can do, is use a jump drive. Alright, so we got it loaded up here. Let's go ahead and go into our storyboard. In your storyboard, you're going to attach one switch and one label. So remember, the way that we do that is we can go down here, make sure that your circle is highlighted here. Alright, the object library, and you can go ahead and type in a label. Drag this over, center that up, and then we also need a switch. Alright, so with the label, we are going to start, make it a little bit bigger. I want to center my text, and I'm actually going to show you guys, we're going to start with the switch off. Alright, and then we can go ahead and change some of the text. I usually go to this custom here, and then it gives me a lot other options for fonts. I'm going to stay with Helvetica, just go bold, and we'll make this 25. Alright, so on, off. That should be good. Alright, let's click on our switch now. Now to edit our switch, you can see if we go to, if we go back to our attributes inspector here, okay, it shows what state we want it to start in. We want it to start off. Alright, and then you can go ahead and customize your on tint and your thumb tint on your own here. Go black and yellow. Alright, so now that I have that, we can go and start to code. So we want to go to our assistant editor. It's the two circles up here. I'll go ahead and minimize this, give me some more room to type. We can close this. And now our view controller should show up here. Not sure what's going on here. So if that ever happens, you can always go through it that way too. So, all right. I'm going to actually keep my view to load here because we're going to use that later. But I'm going to go to line 12 and go ahead and give myself some space to work. All right. So first things first, we want to connect our outlets. So an outlet, remember, is just like the name of our label. All right, so I'm going to name this on off label, connect, do the same thing for your switch. All right, on, off, switch. Now we have to make the switch also an action, because that action, when we switch it, is going to control something. It's going to turn the back white. It's going to turn, turn it from white to black and make our label go from on to off. So we can actually name it the same thing as the switch. Alrighty. Oops. So you see I have to make this an action. So I actually have to go so I want to delete this. Now when I delete an outlet like that, I need to make sure that I go up here to the view controller and make sure that there's no connection still made. But I think since I named it the same thing, it was just kind of like a duplicate. So I think we're good. Create an action and go ahead on off switch. Connect. Alright, so now when we start to write our code in our switch, alright, we need to make sure that we're in the brackets. That was a big thing that I saw a lot of you, my students do, was that they were writing the code outside of the brackets and then they were getting errors and obviously it wasn't working. So I do this with my brackets here so that I can see the top and bottom a little easier. Alright, so we're going to start by saying if. If on off switch dot is on, okay, so if it is on, we want the self dot view dot background color to equal UI color dot white. Oops, I accidentally hit my play button there, so we want this to equal white. Alright, so we can see that everything lit up. We got our on-off switch, we got is on, everything's colorful. That's great. Alright, so now I want to go to the back side of my bracket here. Okay, because if it's on, it's going to do what's inside the squigglies here. Okay, so now I need to write my else statement. It's still within the parameters, the squigglies for that action. Okay, so now if it's on, it's going to turn white, or if it's already on, it's going to do this function. So self.view.background color equals UI color. Actually, I'll show you this. So if you type in the word color, it brings you up to what a color literal is. Alright, so as you can see, it's just a white square. So if you click on that square, this is where you can customize any color you want. Alright, so I go to other, and here I can make it any shade of anything I want. So if I want to make it like a dark gray, I can just take this and make it a dark gray. Alright, so you can see it's changed in there as well. Alright, pretty cool stuff. I really like that feature. It's pretty new. So now when we run this, alright, so as you can see, my came up here. Now, the one place that I messed up, and I just realized this, is that as you can see, my switch is off, right? But my background is white. So I actually need to go back and switch my background color to be the same gray. But as you can see, it goes on. Alright, and my letters and my words aren't changing yet in that label because I haven't set it up yet. So we got the background color to change. I just need to change my starting background color so it appears to be off. Alright, and the way I can do that is, there's a few different ways, but I'll show you this one. I think it's probably the quickest, is to click on your view or this background here, alright, and go into background and actually, let's try this. Alright, so we start with our self.view.background color equals color. There we go, color literal, and it should be saved. Recently used. We will just try that one. There we go. Alright, so there's your color literal. Usually it saves somewhere. I'm not sure why that isn't working, so we'll check that out in class. So, self.view.background. Remember, this is like the self, the easel, the view is this thing. You can actually delete it. I can kind of show you that too right here. This is what the view is. That's the big piece right there. Your canvas, and then the background color is obviously what the background color is going to be. So, all right, let's go ahead and add our text in now, or get our text changing. So, all I did was hit enter there. So I'm still typing within this is on action. All right. So we'll go label, or on off label, sorry, on off label dot text equals whatever we want to write. So it's going to be on. And then down here we have on off label dot text equals off. All right. So along with this, I want the text color to change. So on off label dot text color equals, we'll go, it's gonna be white, so we'll have it be UI color dot black, and then down here we'll have on off dot text color equal UI color dot white. All right, let's give it a run. All right, so here it is. It's off, and oops, pressed the wrong button there. I think it's right here. There we go. So on and off. All right. Now you're noticing this isn't exactly centered in my page. However, it is centered on here. And what's going on here is, if you look down here, it says iPhone 8. We need to change this iPhone 8 Plus to iPhone 8. Then when you run that simulator, the correct specs will kind of show up for that cell phone. So that is that. All right, that's how you get that to do. The next thing we're going to cover is getting our switch to rotate 90 degrees. All right. All right. So now to rotate our switch 90 degrees, what we need to do is go back down to our view to load. All right. I'll give us some space to work here. So what we need to write is our self on-off switch, because we're going to call that name. Now remember, we're not calling that action. All right. That action is just flipping it on and off. We're calling this part up here what we named it. So self.onOff switch dot transform. Okay, equals switch one. On off switch dot transform dot rotated by, and then we have by CG float, and then we are going to put a little equation in here. So 270 times float dot pi divided by 180. All right, so there's our math equation to get to rotate. Let's see, all the way around here. So it's actually going to have the off switch be down here. Okay, so let's go ahead and run this. All right, so here we go. We got it all loaded up, and you can see it starts in the off position. I don't know why it just disappeared on me. That's not good. All right, I don't know what just happened there, but she came back, and here is our flashlight. Okay, later in class, if you're interested, I can show you how to get the actual flashlight on the back for the camera. It's called the torch. So you can also Google how to access a torch on your iPhone, and it should there should be some code there. Then you just have to put pretty much a true and false statement in here. True if it's on, false if it's off, and you have your torch ready to go. You also have to go into your info P list down here and give it access to access the camera, the flashlight on your phone. So, all right, guys, that's it. If you have any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, continue working hard and yeah, helping each other out. All right, see you guys.